Yo, what up? Good morning, guys. It's 3:45, about to start my 4 a.m. shift. It's Thursday. Let's see what we can do today. Man, it is so rough without the students in school right now. It's almost like no one's going to work either in the mornings. I'm at $58, about 2 hours, 20 minutes in. It could be worse, but it's definitely not what I'm used to. On my way to pick up this $12 ride. I just got to stay busy. These types of days, which is only a little bit of the year, we got to stay busy. All right, let's keep going. All right, we're sitting at $70 and some change. About 2 hours, 40 minutes in. It's a little over 26 an hour, so it's not as terrible as it was Tuesday. We're like $22 per hour. But yeah, it's one of those days where you just got to take whatever you get, which here in San Diego is kind of rare because it's always pretty busy. But I do remember hearing a podcaster say when once the students go for the 1 month of summer or so, it kind of slows down a bit, especially in the morning. The weekends, I'm sure the weekends are going to stay the same at nights, but I don't really do nights. I do like starting at 4 a.m. every day, Monday through Sunday. And Monday through Thursday, I'll do 4 a.m. to about 10, 11 in the morning, depending how busy. And then I'll take a little break. Sometimes I'll take a nap. Sometimes it's to go, maybe if I need an oil change or to run an errand, take a nap, all that. So, and then from there, I'll start back up around 12, maybe 1 p.m. the latest, and go like another 4 to 6 hours. So for the most part, Monday through Thursday's a 10, 12 hour shift. Technically longer because I started at 4 a.m. and I'm not done till like 6. Oh, finally got a good ride. Let's check it out. So yeah, and then Fridays I do 4 a.m. like every day, but I'll stop around 10 a.m. because Fridays really drops off a cliff in the morning. Yeah, we got a $9 ride. Once we're done with this ride, we'll be at $79, 40 something cents. That should leave us for the first 3 hours at like $26.50 before expenses. But yeah, man, that's why you gotta have a hybrid too. Can't be wasting a bunch of gas. If not, your profitability is even lower. Luckily, my car gets like 40 plus miles per gallon, and the tank's pretty good size, so I get like 650 miles a tank on the hybrid Accord. So, but yeah, once we complete this ride, we will be at $79 and some change. Definitely a dead day. Normally I'd be at $90 at least. So I mean, $10 shy is not bad, and I haven't gotten any tips. Unfortunately, some days it's like that, where it's just non-stop tips, and then sometimes just no tips. But definitely a little bit of a slow month. It's gonna be a slow month because of the students. I'll keep mentioning that, but yeah, here comes the passenger. So all right, we just dropped off that $9 ride and got another $9 ride. Nope, they canceled. Thought we were about to be on a roll. Yeah, so I just dropped off that $9 ride, was about to go. I accepted another $9 ride when I was on the previous ride, and as soon as I completed the ride I was on, left the parking lot, and boom, they canceled. So yeah, normally on the 4 to 10 a.m., it's pretty much just non-stop rides coming in, so I'll cherry pick a lot. I say I accept maybe on Uber, I accept maybe 15%, so like 1.5, maybe 2 rides out of 10. On Lyft, I do accept more. They're a little better, pays a little better. They're more willing to, they pay you cancellation fees, stuff like that. But yeah, today, I've been driving 5 months straight essentially. I only took 1 week off this whole year in 2026, and it's been all cherry picking, very rare. Maybe once it hits 9:30, 10 in the morning is where I kind of just take whatever and just kind of cherry on top of the day, just keep stacking up. But when it's 4 a.m. to 9 a.m., you got to cherry pick because it's good rides are coming in and you don't want to get stuck on a crappy ride. But once there's no more really good rides coming in, it's really busy, it starts to die off, just kind of take whatever because you already had such a good morning. But that's kind of the way I do it. But yeah, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday I was getting back to my schedule. Monday through Thursday, 10 to 12 hours I put in, starting at 4 a.m., 10 a.m. or so, 11, I'll take a break, and then I come back out around 1 until 5, 6 p.m. That's Monday through Thursday. And then on Friday through Sunday, I was doing 4 a.m. to about 10 a.m. at most. That way I could go Friday, Saturday, Sunday and be with my family, my wife, my kid. But now that it's going to be slow this month, I think I'm going to make my Friday through Sunday a little longer. Instead of 4 a.m. to 10 a.m., maybe 4 to 2. But it also depends what's going on that weekend. Like my wife's birthday's coming up, so I may not be able to work too late on one of those Saturdays or Sundays. But that's the cool thing about you can keep adjusting your schedule based on kind of what's going on. That's what I love about rideshare. Just dropped off that ride. The one previously, the $9 one, they tipped $2. That's also kind of, and that was, I think technically that was like a 90 cent per mile ride, and then they tip and all of a sudden it's over $1. That's why I don't really care so much about the miles. I just want a high gross pay, but I mean it can't be exaggerated either. But when people start tipping, the miles per hour kind of fix themselves on those really bad ones. And I'm noticing the far rides that have a high gross number, they're always like 80 cents a mile, 90 cents a mile. It's the short little $4 rides, $5 rides that are like $2 a mile, $2.50, $3. I mean, but if you're doing those all day, what are you gonna make? $100 in a day? How are you gonna pay your bills? So the way I see it as a quick example is, would you rather gross 10 grand in a year, but you got to keep 9 grand of that and live off $9,000 in 1 year? Or would you rather gross $1 million and you net 100,000 and you live off 100,000 that year? One only made 10% profit, but you kept 100 G's for the whole year to spend, whereas the other one made 90% profit, but you only had 9 grand. So, at the same time, it's not all about those miles, but I get it. It does matter to a certain extent. But for me, it always fix itself when I really get a good gross number. The tips start rolling in and the miles fix themselves. So even if I take rides with low miles, it still ends up being a good profit with all the tips rolling in. Man, these rides have not been the best. We're now on like an $8 ride. But yeah, my buddy who does rideshare also in San Diego, he also said it's been pretty bad for him. It's got to be bad for everybody. There's no way. You could just tell. Normally it's, cherry picking and rides. So many rides are coming in on both apps that you got to start canceling. Yesterday it was so slow. I ended up doing my second and third DoorDash order, which was pretty cool. It was fun. It was a Starbucks run, which was super easy. Didn't mind it at all. And what was it, $9.25 for a total of like a couple miles. So very profitable. But can I feed my family, my daughter, my wife, and myself with $9.25? So yeah, for me it's all about that gross number. And like I said, the miles take care of themselves. If you're grossing enough and doing enough rides, the tips start coming in, and all of a sudden, where you were at like 90 cents per mile ends up being $1.50 or so. And it may not be $2, $3, but when you're grossing 7-8 grand, who cares? You're making money. Taking this $12 ride. It's time for my cold brew. Early in the morning, I have Earl Grey tea. I put like 4 bags in this freaking thing, and I put a little splash of milk, some honey. Kind of helps, you know, have a nice easy start to the day. It gives, I mean, I put 4 bags in it, so I get a good amount of caffeine from it, but it doesn't mess up my stomach, being the first thing I drink in the morning besides like a little bit of water. But this cold brew I get at Sprouts, man, this thing, Buddy Brew, dude, it's 325 milligrams. It's only 15 calories. It's organic coffee. It's just coffee, no sugar added, no milk, nothing. And I mean, dude, these are next level. Some people gotta be careful with these if they're not used to a lot of caffeine, because normally I drink my tea from like 4 in the morning. Once I start driving until about like 7 a.m. It's already 8 a.m. So I guess I must not be that tired today. But yeah, for 15 calories, no sugar. I used to drink a lot of Celsius and stuff, but it's like a fake sugar they put in there, which isn't healthy either. So I mean, no sugar is great, but when it still has some sort of artificial sweetener, it's not that healthy. And this is organic cold brew, so I just have tea and coffee in the mornings. But yeah, either way, can't be a hypocrite. It's almost 9:30. We're sitting at 140. Normally we would be like at least 160, maybe a little more, because we're 30 minutes away roughly from 10 a.m. and that's usually when I'm at about 180. So not the best day, but it is what it is. I'd rather this than be stuck at some regular job, which I used to have. And you know, it could be a slow day, you're making the same, you know, regardless. Busy, and they got you working extra, you're not getting extra. So when it's busy in rideshare, you're getting more. So, but yeah, about 25 an hour, a little more than that. And I am gonna take a break pretty soon. Usually at the 6-hour mark, roughly, especially if it kind of dies off, I take a break. But I gotta go to Costco. I need new tires. I go through tires almost like once a year, basically. I drive about 80,000 miles a year, and I'm gonna get the Michelin Defenders. I've been getting Michelin tires for 8 years now, because I've been driving for 8 years. 2 years rideshare, but 8 years. Oh, we just got a good ride. So, but yeah, I've been using Michelin tires. They're honestly, for me personally, they're the best. And I get them at Costco, so it's free installation, free balance. They put nitrogen instead of air, which helps the tires not fluctuate when it's hot or cold. But and these tires last me like 80,000 miles. The tires I have on right now, the Michelins, they lasted me 100,000 miles. The guy at Costco Tire Center couldn't believe it. But yeah, they're great tires. So I definitely recommend them. And again, there's no installation fees or anything like that, and there's an 80,000 mile warranty on them when you shop at Costco. And if you have the Costco City card, you're getting like 2% off on top of that. So really good deal. Recommend always going to Costco Tire Center to get the best deals and best warranties and all that. All right, we almost did 6 hours this morning, 5 hours 40 minutes, but I gotta get to Costco. I gotta pre-order these Michelin Defender tires. They don't have them in stock there, and I could do it online, but I'd rather just do it in person. I'm gonna go home, or I'm gonna go to my mother-in-law's. My wife's over there with my daughter, and have some breakfast. Normally I want to be at almost 180 right now. Sometimes we're at 200 plus for the morning shift, but 150 is all right. Could have been worse. About $26 per hour, so I can't really complain, because it's Thursday anyways. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday tends to be it could happen like that, but we are definitely slower now that the college students or college students and high school, all the kids, they're all on summer break. But still, 150 is not bad, because if we can get $100 for the afternoon, which afternoons are never that great, too many drivers, too much traffic. So if we can get $100 in the afternoon, I'll be happy. We can get 150, that'd be great. Yesterday we almost got $300, about $280 yesterday, so it was a good day for a Wednesday, and today is Thursday, so if we can get 300, that'd be incredible. But if we can get 250, that's still good. But yeah, all right guys, I'll see you for the PM shift. All right, time to get a haircut. Now we'll get more tips. Need to shave those still. But yeah, all right, let's get back to it. It's about 1:20 p.m. Probably go like 4 more hours. 4 hours, maybe like 15 minutes, so I could complete 10 hours today. Not a super long day, but we'll see how it is. If it's very busy, then I'll keep going. But yeah, I may need another cold brew. I'm falling asleep. All right, let's get. All right, we're sitting at $242. It's almost 5 p.m. I haven't even put in 9 hours in today, so 242. It's like about close to $28 per hour. What's really kind of affected it is I haven't gotten any tips. I got a $2 tip today, that's it. And someone else said they were gonna tip, they didn't tip. Maybe they'll tip when they open the app or something, but it wasn't that bad, honestly, for how slow it felt today. And I did have to stop to go get my pre-order my Costco tires, my Michelin tires. I went to go get a haircut. I went to go eat breakfast with my wife and daughter. So, you know, $240 for still just running errands and barely working about 8 hours and 8 hours 45 minutes or so. That's not bad. Could have easily hit 300 today, if not even more, but definitely didn't really put in the hours or the consistency today, so I can't really be mad. But hopefully some tips roll in. I'm gonna try and see if I can catch a ride headed home, and that would just add a little bit. $8 trip would be super dope, because then I'll leave us right at 250. But if not, it's all good. Yeah, so I ended up skipping out on that $5 ride. But yeah, so we'll see what we end up at. I'll put the number up. But yeah, tomorrow's gonna be a short day. I gotta take care of my daughter around 11 a.m. or so, but I'm gonna try and start early, like 3:30 a.m., maybe 4 a.m. the latest, and then go 6 hours straight, and then call it a Friday, and then Saturday have a little bit longer Saturday and a little bit longer Sunday. But Sunday is when I'm gonna get my new tires put on, so can't go that long. But yeah, all right, appreciate you guys. Peace.
Do you love me, Matthew?
I do.
Honestly?
Yes. Secretly.
All right, so final ride coming in. It's gonna put me at like $254 for the day. It's 5 p.m. right now. The one thing that also did kind of hurt me today, because I'm finishing up about an hour early, but also I didn't want to go too far north. Once you start, just because I wanted to go home kind of early today, once you start limiting yourself to a box, or like, oh, I just will only take stuff below this, you know, line, or above this line, you start limiting yourself. And when I don't limit myself and I just go wherever, obviously it has to be a good paying ride, but where it, you know, take me where it takes me, that's when you end up with those $350+ days easily, when you don't limit yourself to a box. Also, it helps when you get a lot of tips. Haven't really gotten a lot of tips today, but no worries. We'll end up at 254, and the ride ends kind of near my end destination. So yeah, it's been a solid day. Can't really complain, especially because I didn't really put in a lot of hours and I ran a lot of errands. So yeah, all right, appreciate you guys. I'll probably do another video for the weekend. So yeah, appreciate it, guys. Peace.